Good evening, guys. It's November 12th. Today is a Friday, and today we had a nice day, right? But unfortunately, during that move, I was out. Okay, so it will be the after the fact trade during the move. Okay, but we'll talk about it. So, let's start here, right? So yesterday was an inside day with the tight range. So now we know that ideally within that range any location is a garbage location, right? So I prefer not to trade, but the moment price goes out of the range, that will be the trade you want to take it, relying on that breakout or breakdown. Okay, so that was we discussed in Discord in the morning. Okay, now yes, today's note is almost same as yesterday because nothing is changed in the overnight. Price was range bound. Above these things, consider buyers. Below 43, consider sellers, right? That's all. In between, it's all real time and it's a garbage, right? So we have to just observe in real time. And Q, same thing. Above 38 and 05, consider buyers are holding it. Below that level, you can short, but above, stay long, right? And in Discord also in the morning in pre-market voice commentary, I clearly said that stick with longs only. I gave you all the reasons, possible reasons, right? Why to stick with longs? Because so and so reasons, right? Because of yesterday's price activity, overnight, all these things. So I said just stay long across the board, right? Russell 2404. If it is holding it above it, stay long. And Russell, look at Russell, it came down this level to this level and it didn't think bounce, right? So Russell was a good one today, along with this other two. I'll explain what's going on with NQ and ES. Dow also below 823, some sellers may come, but above, that means above 770, 820, 23 buyers. And Dow basically came down to this point and bounced, right? Gold, as usual, favor longs. 840, 45 pretty much today held, right? 45 or 47, right? But it pretty much held this level and it went to 71, right? And stopped there. So gold is bullish. If you want to buy a couple of gold stocks, you can go long in couple of gold stocks, right? So AGI, that's one of the stock. Hakla Mining, HL. Then Sand, SAND. Then there are a couple of them in my Discord, but if someone wants it, just ask me on Twitter. If you are not a part of Discord, just tweet me, and then I'll reply. But there are a couple of good gold stocks, to just get in with specific stop loss. I will give you the stop loss too, as long as it is above those stop losses, those stocks has a potential to run. I have a few of them. But anyway, crude, no trading, right? It's a garbage. So now let's go into the chart, right? So this is what I put it in Discord in the morning around 9:05, before not after seeing this move, but before seeing this move. Buyers max target into since we are favoring long, right? We have to look for the max target, right? So NQ 200 and 332, if it goes higher, right? Lower side, I said I don't know, right? Because I was not able to see any lower side target for NQ because buyers were so strong, right? So that's why I said it is up to real time. And yes, 78.99 upper limit, right? And lower, I do not know yet. So 78.99, 200, 332. 200 becomes the high of the day today. 78 pretty much became the high of the day during RTH, right? Later on, I also gave another level, 86. After 4 p.m. So that's where it just stopped. Yes, 86. So we need to know all these things, beforehand, So if you are holding our trade, we can look for longs, right? So now going into the day here, right? So if you look at it here, when it opened here, we know this is the border, right? So 57.60 was a border, which is right here, right? This area. And it was 920, right? So this is the top border, this is the bottom border, right? Within that, it's a garbage. We need to work in real time to see what's going on, right? So but of the open we can't just short it because our bias was to favor longs today, right? So no shorting here. So as usual sellers responded here, right? And the price was going down. So in Discord I also gave another level 5150 to watch, right? 5150, 44, and this one. So price came down to 5150 here, right? So at that time but 5150 was a 50% probability because that level was right in the middle, right? So you have to, but it was a confluence here also with VWAP and mid, right? So you can go long if you want to here, right? But I usually don't prefer going into the middle, going long or short in the middle, you know. So I did not take the long, and the first thing I noticed was price gapped higher here at 52 open, right? Actually it opened at 56, but then I watched AD at the time right of the open. It was around 242 NYSE. So now price was gapped up almost 10 points. Plus 242 AD is like something kind of off situation. Ideally it's supposed to be above 600 or 700. So that was the minor not favoring thing for buyer. So that's why I didn't go long at 5150. And another reason would be it was in the middle of the range, right? So I was looking for 44 and at least gap fill, to see what's going on. If it at the gap fill first test, you look at it here, AD was positive, right? So it was a bullish disconnect right here. But I don't want to go long right here because this open drive down, price can go down to here and then bounce, right? So you have to just wait, you just can't buy it blindly. Then price went higher, came down here, second test of this gap fill, and now if you look at AD, it was rising, it was even way higher. So strong bullish divergence, you go long right here, now if it falls here, your stop has to be below 42, and just you have to rely on this. If you go long here, now you want to see price going higher above 5150, slight hesitation, you have to scale it or even bail out, so I bailed out here, right here. That was a good location, right? So here you can scale, and rest you can put it at a break even, or you can bail out even if you want to, because we didn't see this move coming up, right? Because up to this time it was almost first 1 hour or 45 minutes and price was chopping around, right? NQ was also doing back and forth here, right? So I'll talk about NQ later on. So based on this, the way price was chopping around inside within these boundaries, it's a garbage day to me up to here, right? Up to here, all the way up to here. So I said, you know what, and then if you look at this, when price was here, this damn thing was going down, right? So something off situation here, right? Ideally it's also supposed to hold here. So here it is a good warning sign to either bail out or scale majority, So I bailed out because anyway I have to go out. So 10 o'clock I had to go out, so I bailed out here my ES, right? And then I said do not trade on as long as price is within this garbage, okay? So NQ at the same time I bought it at 38 because that was our level, dream number, and 07 yesterday's low, right? Those were the two levels. So I went long at 38 and then price just sliced through it while ES was holding here. So I waited, and then because I was anyway supposed to buy at yesterday's low, because now I was seeing price getting exhausted, so into 38 or possibly yesterday's low, at least it will bounce back up something, because this momentum was not down, it was holding. It NYS, even NQ's AD was also not that much down, right? So I bought both of this, held it on the way up 38. I built out this one with the break even and this one with the profit, and at 10 o'clock right here I have to go out. So I said, you know what, I'm going out. That's why I'm closing it, not because I'm seeing a huge warning here, otherwise if I was here then I would have kept my stop right here, break even, for few of the contract, for both of them, and I would have held it, because of momentum, and AD was still positive actually, right? And the way buyers defended these things, 45 area, the gap fill 2 times, so something was going on. But anyway, so after this point onwards, so I was out and then price just skyrocketed, NQ I had a alert at 130 right here, 130 or so. So that got triggered while I was driving, So that's why I typed in Discord that hey, NQ 130, 200, those are the exit, so but then I didn't know that the move happened this way, like it's a crazy move, right? So anyway, so if let's assume that I was here, right? So then how I would have traded these things. So we know that about these boundaries, we have to go with that side, right? So the moment this you see this breakout strong one, NQ is going higher, right? You look for 60 areas, 57, 60, this area to go long. The moment you see this price pull back right here, right into this area, which is this level, you go long right here. I would have gone long right here. Why? Because at that point, see, momentum was never down. That's the first thing. Then despite this thing, look at this, it was supposed to go down, right? Up to this point, see, if sometimes you have to do reverse analysis, right? So right here, now you are seeing the bearish eddy divergence, right? So, and it's a double divergence actually, not a single, double divergence. So here when price made a new high, right, above this balance, above this high, right? So higher high, lower high, right? So that bearish divergence, correct? So, and that divergence worked, right? It worked because price came down, correct? So all the day traders who is following, who is trading within this garbage, they are saying all these things, right? So they shorted it, fine, right? But then idea is, if this is valid, it should go down, right? This should tank and this should tank, but instead you see this bounce, correct? So I would say despite price coming to the same level, despite this 80 downwards, price bounce, correct? That's the first thing. Now you have to notice something is off, okay? Then price went again higher, correct? At that time there was another divergence here, like here, see that? So now price should actually crash, not go higher, right? And then what happened? Then you see this breakout despite these things. So now sellers had an opportunity here, one time, two times, they failed, and now price is taking over because of the breakout. Otherwise breakout should not have happened if these sellers were strong. Simple, right? So the moment this breakout happens, you can go breakout long or wait for a pullback if you got lucky, and in this case you got lucky right here, and in this down movement, momentum never went to 600 or lower, so now you go long right here. Momentum was still holding above zero, this is above zero line, right? Go long, simple, go with the price always wins, so then your target would be our max levels, right? 74, 76, 78 area, 78, right? Or 99. So when it hit 78, the way it went higher, right, we know something was off here, correct? And now we are going with the price, but then we can't just become greedy and hold it to the moon. So considering Friday, this would be the good exit right here, NQ, this would be the 130 was a good exit, and then 200 was a good exit. That's it, after that. So I came back right here around this time, 11:40, 11:30, that's where I came back from the outside. So by that time everything was over, right? So move already happened. So now I know it's going to be garbage by the time. When I came there, when I saw the price here at 200, I know it's going to be garbage, going forward. And when I saw ES at 78, right? So I know I have to trade in a garbage because I pretty much missed all these things, right? So since I was watching, I did couple of scalps, So I went long here, 200 out, then I went long at 160. Actually, sorry. So I shorted it here and build out here, again went long here, build out here, and then end of the day in Discord I typed that 175 price is ready to move, so I think couple of you guys watching it, then you might have taken the trade. So this is the trade I took it, build out right here, so those are the scales I did, because I had no choice. And hold on guys, so that's how the day ended today, so yes, there is no trade after this, because it reached 78, and then when you see this coming down below this, right, like this, no trading, this is all garbage after that, right? NQ pretty much did the same thing after reaching 200, right? That makes, see, if you are smart enough, this is the trade you want to take, right? Later on, after seeing all these things, if you try to trade the garbage, no point trading it, even though price moves, no point, because now you are follower, you want to become a leader always, right? So you want to catch this move, not after seeing all these things now you become a follower and then try to go long. That is not how it works. If you want to become successful, you have to catch the ride before it begins, or after it begins immediately, but not here. If you want to risk something, risk here, not here. Okay, so now what is next? Next is next week, Monday. Buyers better hold above these green lines. NQ better hold above this green line and this pink line. That's it. Then buyers, more buyers, price will go higher. Below this, there is a risk, but still buyers are holding it above these lines, right? So above, up to 60, 57, buyers have a control in ES. Ideally, I want them to hold above this area. NQ, ideally I want them to hold above this green lines, right? But backup is this, and then below this, forget it. There is no up move coming soon. But as long as it is holding above these levels, it's going to go higher and higher to the moon. So we'll see how it goes, and that be all for today.